Right, just so I'm doing it officially. First tool that I want to show is Poll Everywhere. And I'll send you this presentation, but within this presentation is a link to the website where you can create it your own. We're going to do that ourselves. And then also a step-by-step user's guide. So if what I'm showing you here doesn't make a lot of sense, you can do it yourself. What I'm going to demo to you first is whether you're using PowerPoint or Google Slides, you can embed the poll that you want to gather data from right into your PowerPoint or Google Slides. So what I'd like you to do, and I'm going to do it at the same time, is I'd like you to head to this website, pollev.com/JamesCarlubs509. And what I like about Poll Everywhere, first of all, is that it's not device specific. So if a student wanted to use a cell phone and just text to that number, it would work. What I like about this tool a lot is it's very flexible in the type of feedback and things that you can receive. So if you've gotten to this website, you're going to have a blank there that says, in a word, how does online polling appeal to you? Oops. So what I like about, and I'm just going to put a few words in here, so how does it appeal to you? Just put a word, and you have the ability to put more than one word in there. So you have some various things with it. This is just setting it up so that it's a word web that automatically changes based off of the number of responses that you get for something. So if I was doing something like, what does technology mean to you, or what are your connections to the library, or whatever it might be there, I can gather something, one word, and just kind of build something off of that. Now, within my tool, I have the ability now to take this presentation and just head to the next slide, which is automatically going to head to the next portion of my poll that I've already created. So of these three tools, which are most useful to you? What happened on your screen is it automatically changed to the next question. And I just wanted to show you that you have the ability to automatically answer this however you'd like. And what I did with this one is, if you looked at this tool, this wasn't pick one. It's you can rank this in whatever order you want. So if you want to change it, you can take these tools, move them up, down, whatever. So you've went that order. So if I'm showing you a different answer with mine, I can answer this however I would like. So if I've answered, I want this first and that first or whatever, I can get a list of 2, 3, 4, 10 things that are ranked. And as the rankings change within orders, you can. The reason I like this tool is you could have something that makes them think about what was most important. It could be order things. It could be what tool are you using the most. But in real time, I can get data about what do you value. For me, sometimes if there's 3 things I want to do with my lesson or my presentation, I can have them rank it. And I know instantly, I'm going to go this direction first, or what was most confusing for you, or whatever it might be. There's a lot of different things that I could do with Poll Everywhere where I could rank them and different reasons. I would spin this into another discussion. I'll even backtrack. The way I use Poll Everywhere most of the time isn't where I'm taking the data and I'm analyzing pure numbers. It's usually more formative where I'm taking whatever they say and I'm just making decisions based off of just real-time information. I'm not doing this to figure out 18 people said this and 12 people said this. I just want the general lay of the land, or I just want general words of wisdom, or whatever it might be. Number 3, automatically it should change. The question that I asked you is, where specifically do you feel like you're going to grow in technology today? Just throw an answer in there, like, what do you expect to learn? And basically what I've done within my presentation is I've created this somewhere else so that I can take and present wherever I like. This is just kind of showing you that if I didn't want to do just one word, I can do phrases that appear like, and it's just going to pop up as bubbles all over the place. So if I put something else up here, what was there just gets replaced. It doesn't have to be one word. It's very anonymous, so that's good or bad, depending on your audience. I like something like this with Pull Everywhere where I'm getting a phrase because sometimes I want them to think deeply and I do want 2 or 3 sentences. I can take and scroll through all of their answers. Even though I said I don't usually use this to gather who wrote the answer, I can take any of these poll questions and I can save it as a PDF and send it to my students or to faculty members or other people that I'm training, whatever answers that they have in this case.
Do you find that students who might be shy or don't speak up in class will respond?
Absolutely, right. Yes. Let's go one more. I don't use this tool as much, but you can take a picture and have them click within it. So I just put something on there like, which classroom have you taught in the most? And you can click anywhere on the image. And whatever you put is going to show up on the screen here. So I've taught in 260. I've seen this also where you could have a web page shown. Let's just say this is the home page of the library page. Just so I'm picking what you have here. Okay, show me where you've clicked the most. So they always just do this. They've never used this or whatever it might be. The way that I created this, I'll show you in just a minute. But I wanted to show you more than just multiple choice questions that you can answer. That there's a variety of flexible things that you could do right into Pull Everywhere. And then even more, there's discussion areas where you can basically throw a question at the person who's presenting. So if I still said something like, I'm still confused about the how, there's a bunch of questions that are showing up here. Not only is it, can I see the questions that you have, it's kind of like a Facebook or a ranking thing that, oh, if you agree with that, give it a point. If you disagree with it, give it a point up or down. So, oh yeah, I agree with that too. And in real time, you basically rank, okay, this caused this or that. So it's not just what questions or thoughts do you have, but it's got that second layer of if students or adults want to take a look at this and say, oh yeah, I didn't think I have a question, but I agree. That's the most important one that's still in my mind. Like, I'm not sure how to set it up or whatever it might be. So I wanted to show you what it looks like. So now the big question is, how do you do these things? So I want to show you a couple different things that happen if you wanted to embed it inside of Google Slides or inside of a PowerPoint, which is what I'm doing here. All that I'm doing is I just showed in this screen here that I put a Google extension in called Pull Everywhere so that when I create my presentation in Google Slides, I have the normal things up here in the toolbar, but I have another option that's called Pull Everywhere, which gives me the ability to link right into my poll. If you're not sure how to get there, the easiest way would be is if you went to Pull Everywhere, which I'd like you to do on your own tab, not the short one with my name. Just go to pulleverywhere.com or just Google it and you can find it. When you create your account and connect it to whatever you want, on the left-hand side is just, hey, are you looking to embed this into a PowerPoint or are you looking to embed this into a Google slide? And if one of those is the one that you use most often, just click on it. And for example, in PowerPoint, it's just a very small part that's added to the program. So for example, I just showed it on this screen. Same thing as Google Slides. If I use PowerPoint, at the top it's going to add a new area that, hey, by being logged in, I can insert a new poll. And by doing that, it's going to just ask me, so where did that poll come from? So you could create something with your account, or you can go back, and just to show that I actually do use this tool a lot, like every question I've ever made, I have access to. So here are the 5 questions that I used. If I wanted to put those questions in, I can click them one at a time, or I can put them all into whatever it is that I'm looking for. So for example, I have 5 polls. If I insert them, what it's going to do is just, they're all there. And in my presentation, it's going to follow the order that I have on Poll Everywhere. I shouldn't even have to activate them. I must have had something locked down, but automatically it's just going to progress so that when I want to advance the slide, it's going to advance it automatically. It's the same thing with Google Slides. From what I'm showing here, I can insert a poll or a survey that I've already created, and it can go directly into my Google Slides presentation, or it can go directly into my PowerPoint. So now let's show you how it really works. So if you're in Poll Everywhere, the basic idea behind it is you can create whatever it is that you're looking for. And it looks like a really, really basic setup. Survey basically means like I'm just looking to send something. I don't want it ranked or put in different ways. I almost always use, I'm just typing some question. So if I'm typing something like this, like, how does this work? Whatever it might be. All of those options that I just showed in questions, you can create yourself. Multiple choices about like you'd expect. Like, give them choices, they're going to pick, it's going to pop up on your screen. Open-ended is what I use most often. Of the, I don't know, I'm probably at 80 of these that I've made. I almost always use some sort of word cloud cluster or whatever, because I like the tool for, I want to gather your thoughts, I want all of your opinions to be heard, and I want it either to synthesize on a main idea, or I want to just peruse through something, and I've got built into it, like, so now you can become a group of 4 and discuss the different things that came up from whatever we were talking about. Q&A is the one that I demoed a few minutes ago, where when you ask, like, I say, do you have any questions? Usually a teacher is saying that fully expecting that nobody's going to raise their hand. But if I gave my class, and I have done this, where I give my class some time for Q&A, when you type the question for me, not only does that appear up here, but then everybody sees everybody's questions, and they can then rank like, oh, that's the most important question that we still need to deal with. It isn't just, let's see all your questions. It has that up arrow, down arrow thing where like we all agree that's the next thing that Professor Karlewski needs to talk about because it's not clear. Ranking was the one where we said which of the tools you like, slide them up or down. And then clickable image is the one where I had the picture of the classroom and, hey, where do you most often teach? So what I'd like you to do right now is I'm going to just stop this video because I don't need people to see me just talking about one case, but I'd like you to create a question that's applicable to what you're doing that you hypothetically could use this month. So inside of your account, I'm going to make sure you're in there, that you're logged in, that you're doing well, that you've created something and that it's usable.